guys, this is Divine Khaleesi. Welcome to my channel for spirituality, recovery, talk, and guided messages. I am here today. I'm really excited with Ryan, and it's Veterans Day, and he is former military. So today we're going to touch on just, the struggles of coming back from something like that, dealing with traumas and triggers and like what helps us and works today. I've never been in the military, but my grandfather was a combat pilot or a fighter pilot. And his best friend, who actually remarried my grandma after he died, was also with him over there. And, a couple memories that my mom has told me is that like when he came back, he had a really heavy drinking problem. And he would kind of walk around the house with a loaded gun and he'd have flashbacks. And, talk like in ways that he would probably talk over there. And my mom and her sisters, my aunts growing up had, some trauma from that. It was scary. So, it's definitely affected our whole family just, as far as addiction goes. And, we use alcohol and drugs to kind of numb those flashbacks, pain, triggers, because that's something that is in us as addicts. Like, anything painful, we just kind of try to numb that. So I would like to get a little bit of a better understanding. So Ryan's going to tell a little bit about himself and how he got to this point.
Yeah, I'm Ryan. I was in the Army for 10 years. I did 2 tours of combat, once in Afghanistan, once in Iraq. I was in Ramadi, Iraq in 05-06. Then I was in Nangalam, Afghanistan in 2012 to 2013. During that last deployment, I actually got hurt. I got wounded in action by an IED, a roadside bomb. I got my leg, I broke my femur, and a bunch of other good stuff happened. So I was put in the hospital. That's where I was introduced to pain medication. Prior to that, I drank pretty heavily though. So I think I had alcoholism before that. It's in my family, so I think like I was born with it.
Yeah.
But it's really spiraled out of control when they put me on the pain meds. They prescribed me Dilaudid, and I just took off with it. I never got in trouble. They actually were discharging me on a medical retirement because I was so badly wounded. When I got out, the wheels came off. The training wheels were off, and it was all hell broke loose. I just was using every day. They'd give me a 30-day prescription, and I'd be done in 10 days tops.
Yeah.
So like so for me to finally get to a point where I could recover from it, it took a lot because I had no relationship with God. I had no relationship with my family. I had no relationship with anyone. It was just me against the world. And that's how I kind of saw things. I hated life and I wanted to die, honestly.
Yeah.
I tried several times overdosing, but divine intervention, like people just showed up at the right time. I had a pastor come and check on me and found me, and I ended up on a respirator.
Wow.
And that was my lowest point, I think. That was back in 2017. I haven't touched an opiate since 2017, but I was drinking on and off since then. The hardest thing I had to do was to go through my trauma. That's the place I went to prior to coming here, the Meadows in Wickenburg, Arizona. Like they hit all the right points on my trauma.
Yeah.
And that was what I needed. Like AA, NA, whatever you want to go, the 12-step program, they're not equipped to handle trauma. It's not a place, it's not a dumping ground for all my stuff. So I had to go somewhere else and learn what to do about that, for lack of a better term. So I spent 32 days out there, and I saw a trauma therapist 12 times over the course of 32 days.
Wow.
And I did a bunch of other stuff. I did Safe and Sound Protocol, which was something where they realign your vagus nerve. I did several other treatments that were just mind-blowing, but at the end of the day, it made me feel amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The relationship with God is slowly being repaired. I'm starting to see God. Because when I went to combat, I saw things that nobody should have to see.
Yeah.
So I really didn't believe in God for a long time. But everything's slowly starting to come together. I feel amazing. Life's amazing, and it's a great day.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, like now today, like what would you be your advice to somebody who's maybe, had come back and is struggling? Like, what would you tell them would be their first step?
To get the help.
Yeah,
Either
ask
get
for
into
help.
trauma therapy, go to treatment, whatever your problem might be. There are programs strictly for mental health, and there are programs for substance abuse. Whatever's going on, just get the help. Swallow your pride, which is something I had to go through. I had to swallow my pride and say, yeah, I need help.
Yeah, that's the hardest. That's like half the battle, right?
Yep,
Is asking for help.
exactly.
Well, I think you're amazing and thank you for your service. I told you earlier, but like I think you're definitely here for a reason. You can help a lot of people and thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah, and if you guys are struggling with anything, there's a lot of resources out there. Like you said, ask for help. Hit me up in my DM or put it in the comments and like we'll figure it out. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye guys, take
Bye.
care.